The business of general practice. Hi, my name's Tom Rolley from Graduate Medicine, and we've got some problems in general practice. This was first brought to my attention probably a year or two ago, and my little sister who lives in Sydney, she was like, Tom, like there's this funny thing going on. All the professionals are happy except for one group. And I was like, let me guess, GPs. And it's like, yeah, like the medical specialists, the vets, the lawyers, the accountants, all pretty happy in life. But the GPs, not so happy. And I was like, yeah, I know. And one of the things that's come to me has been that general practice has been sold to the people of Australia as free. Now, there's a problem with free. Let me give you this analogy. If you happen to, let's say you owned a high performance car, like a Porsche or a Rolls Royce or, like a Ferrari or something, but then you took it down to the backyard, the back end mechanic, no experience with high end cars, no experience with any of this stuff. And you're like, okay, just do your best. And then they bring it back and it's kind of busted and you're like, damn, that wasn't the best decision. Yet our bodies are potentially valued far in excess of any Ferrari or Porsche or Rolls Royce. I mean, really, this physical form, it has to last us for our entire lives. And you've seen it in general practice where lives get difficult. When people haven't looked after their vehicle, when they took it to the cheap guy, to the cheap mechanic, and they fixed the problem, but they failed to realize the long-term consequences. And this meant at 65, someone had a heart attack, 65, someone had a stroke, 65, someone's diagnosed with diabetes at 80. They're in a room on a respirator. Their world sucks. It's terrible. And so why would it be that we would say, hey, this vehicle of our bodies is worth so little that it doesn't really matter for you not to invest in it at all. You see, there's a funny thing that goes on. When people pay, they actually do stuff. When people don't pay, it's like, okay, I'm going to spend it on a holiday. I'm going to invest it into a fancy car. And so they end up with a Mercedes, but they're fat and they're overweight and they're about to have a heart attack and they're still smoking, they're still drinking. And it's like, wow, this is some interesting mindset stuff that we have ended up with as a consequence of medicine, at least general practice, being free. Now, the specialists gave the boot to this a long time ago. The vets a boot to this a long time ago. I mean, my wife ran over my dog, or our dog, and I was like, don't fix it. And you're like, what? That's cruel. I was like, look, it's a cattle dog. It's like going to chase these damn cars. It's in them. If we make it lame, then it's fine. And she's like, no, gonna fix the dog. $4,500 later. Do you know how many practice patients that is in GP? That's a lot of patients in GP. It's a lot. Like, even if you're doing the plans and everything. So somehow there has to be a shift in mindset. And one of those big things is that these bodies of ours are valuable and they're worth investing into. And instead of trying to have the cheapest healthcare, which is free, it's actually, no, I want my doctor to be really good. I want them to be able to make sure that at 50, 60, 70, 80, that my body's still operational. Preferably in a really good way, that my strength and my mobility and my flexibility are still there, my energy, my sleep, my diet are on point, and let alone just getting at least for men under 40, getting them through to 40. I'm like, one of the big things I say, look, your number one risk right now as being under 40 is doing dumb stuff. Your dumb stuff risk factor is way higher than any man over 40. Over 40, it all shifts. We know this. It moves into cardiovascular, dementia, cancer, all of these things that are long-term health issues that must be resolved. And so beginning to see our bodies as worthy of investment is one of the big mind shifts that has to change in general practice. And then putting $4,500 into my body starts to make sense. It's like, oh yeah, particularly if I can avoid a lot of the painful, difficult consequences of failing to do so. All right, so all of this comes into the business of general practice. You see, we've not been taught much business, but business is about providing value. And that value proposition for general practice has been pretty limited. It's like turn up, get a script, maybe hope to refer me to a specialist. This is not that attractive, but when it comes into the long-term management of health and that the people who are willing to invest into themselves have vastly better lives, this is starting to make a whole lot more sense. All right, hope this was helpful for you. Think about the mindset that you're looking at your body with, and how does that translate into your patients? When you're seeing your patients, what is the mindset that you're bringing to the table? Are they worthy of investing in their bodies too? All right, that's all I got for you. Hope you're having an awesome day on this Boxing Day. Look forward to seeing you on another episode as we continue this journey into exploring fixes for the very broken situation that is general practice in Australia. See you then.